H-Town, what's going on? What's going on? Hey man, we talking about our Rockets today. There's a lot going on in sports. It's a beautiful day. Start of the NBA. We don't get to play today. We play tomorrow, but it is what it is. Now, this is another edition of How Do You See the Game? I'm your host, Jordan Campbell. As always, it's my pleasure to be with y'all. I really appreciate everybody that clicks on the videos. I really do. But today, the thing I want to start off talking about is KPJ and his new contract. Kevin Porter Jr. Going into year 22, age, plenty of potential, and I think the 4-year, little over $82 million contract works beautifully for both sides. The contract is structured unlike anything I've ever seen before in the NBA because most players, they're about their money. They don't go with these little structures. But only a little bit over 15 mil being guaranteed in the first year. And then every year after that, almost, they have a June date to where they can pretty much get from under the contract. And the reason is Kevin Porter Jr. has had his run-ins with maturity. He got drafted by Milwaukee, he got traded a couple times, wound up in Cleveland. We traded with Cleveland to get him. And they really wanted nothing to do with him at the time, so we got him for the low. And then he came here and he had his issues. I know he left the team because he wasn't happy with what was going on, how he was being used or whatever. So I'm glad both sides were able to come to an agreement. Also, one thing I want to talk about is the people who made the roster. The final roster that was set. Daishen Nix, the point guard who I didn't think was going to make the roster, actually made it. They cut Derek Favors. Now, I would have tried to keep Derek Favors just because you could use that contract later in the year. You know how when we get later into the season, injuries happen and we're going into the playoffs, people need that big body or whatever, and you could move that contract for a second-round pick or something like that. But maybe the Rockets, they just feel like they're on a different trajectory right now, they're at a different place in their rebuild to where they're not worried about that. They got a lot of assets, they have a lot of young players, and they just want who they want on the roster to start the season. So I can respect that. Boy Boban made the roster. I like that. But when we go into the season is going to be tough, okay? Now, the reason that the season is going to be tough, we looked like we were ready this preseason, I'm not going to lie. But one thing that we got to talk about when we talk about the Rockets, we open up the season, right? We play the Hawks on the road, okay? And then we come back home, we play Memphis. Okay, we play Morant. Then we go back, we play the Bucks. Okay, we play the Greek Freak. Then you get 2 games versus Utah, who is very, very much tanking for that first pick. Then you gotta see Portland, you gotta see Phoenix, you gotta see the Clippers, and you gotta turn around, you gotta see the Clippers again. Then you gotta see Minnesota. You get Orlando, then you gotta see Toronto, then you gotta see the Pelicans, then you gotta see the Clippers again, then you gotta see Luka. Do you see where I'm getting at? It's gonna be good to watch, to see your young players go against these good teams, to see them grow and show what they've learned and worked on during the summer. But it is not gonna be a cakewalk this year. I don't know if anybody was expecting that. There's gonna be hopefully just a lot of moments where you don't have that superstar player to get the call, to win the game, to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be some different things. But from what I've seen from the preseason, we're going to be in most games. Jalen Green is a bucket. Kevin Porter is a bucket. Sengun, they're talking about Sengun maybe coming off the bench. I want to talk about that. Sengun could be utilized off the bench because sometimes in the starting unit, he seems like he gets lost. But I don't know because the last couple games he was playing without Jabari Smith, and I think Jabari Smith allows, Jabari can step out and just allow Sengun to just work, do his work, spin, go, come back and do his thing. So I think that can really work. But other than that, man, we just gotta, get ready for this season to start and watch the magic happen. You know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of young talent. And it's going to be an exciting season to watch. I was gonna say that Jabari Smith would be Rookie of the Year, I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to go with Jabari Smith as Rookie of the Year. I think his attention to detail at a young age and his wants to play defense and his ability to shoot the ball is really going to set him apart. Sorry for that ambulance. I hope whoever's out there is all right. But, you know, let's get ready. Let's get it. Let's start this season. Let's get some buckets. Let's play some defense. Let's move them puppies. Let's get down. You know what I'm saying? It's Rockets basketball. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all listening, man. If you can, hit that like button. If you can, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot coming this season in all sports. I appreciate y'all. We out.